Hey Internet, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today we're doing part 3 of my 4-part series on money in the gig economy and how you can use your Uber and Lyft money and get out of that paycheck to paycheck grind and actually save in this new gig economy world we're living in. So if this is your first time here, there's going to be a link in the description to the playlist and the other 2 videos that you can go watch those first and then come back here. And if it's not and you're returning, well, let's get this started. Mystro! First off, guys, if you're here for the first time, go ahead and hit subscribe down below in the stupid YouTube bell icon so that you can get notifications whenever I upload a video or I do a live stream. And if you're coming back again, welcome back. I love returners. Make sure you go ahead and hit thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Do you invest in the stock market? What's your favorite stock going forward that you look forward to investing in every month? Now, every Monday I upload a video just like this. It's a video for drivers, tips, tricks, strategies, investment strategies. Now, this is what I'm doing with this video. And I do that every Monday. Every Wednesday I have a live AMA video where you can ask me anything as a new driver, help you sign up if you have any problems, and I give new driver tips out there. So basic ABC of RIDESHARE every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Every Friday and Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I do live in-car driver streams. So make sure you log in then so you can see me grinding out that money like all y'all do. So today we're going to talk about an app called Robinhood, which is one of many available apps that you can use to invest in the stock market. And I'll go ahead and leave a description below. If you use my referral code and you sign up for Robinhood, they will give you a free stock. Now, some of them are randomized, so you can get like, you know, a stock worth $1 or $3. My sign-up stock was Zynga. It's the company that does Farmville of all the random stocks you could get. And it was valued at about $3.95. However, you can get a Microsoft stock or a Facebook stock or one of these stocks. So there's a potential, and Robinhood says that it is 1 out of every 150 signups gets a stock like Facebook or Microsoft, so you could make up to like $200 just for signing up and getting a free Facebook stock. So that's pretty cool. But let's talk about the stock market, or as most people consider it, gambling. Now, gambling in a safe way, I will say this because I'll put this chart up in here. You can see what the top 500 companies in the United States do over a long period of time, and that is grow, okay? A little fun fact for those of you out there who know President Trump is a rich person. We all knew that. He got a ton of money from his dad in inheritance, and he's made a bunch of different companies and casinos and yada 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 buildings. The Trump brand, right? But the stock market is such a valuable and important tool that had he taken his inheritance and just put it into the stock market back when he got it from his dad, he would actually be worth more money right now than he is, because the stock market has grown so much since he got the money. So that's funny. He's grinded out his whole life, done all this business stuff, and all he had to do is just be lazy and put it in the stock market, and he would be richer than he is now. So that shows you the power of the internet and maybe how dumb Trump is, but that is a political story for a different video. So there are lots of stories about the stock market. There are lots of concepts about the stock market. There are lots of different theories about the stock market. So it goes up, it goes down. There are things called day traders. Well, they'll buy like the same stock 5 or 6 times in the same day. So it goes up to a certain price, they'll sell it. When it goes down to a certain price, they'll buy it. And over a long period of time, they'll make a lot of money doing a bunch of transactions. That's not what I'm going to talk about, okay? Most people, like you and me, don't have a lot of disposable income. If you watch my other videos, the first one was on banks and why you should have aspiration as a bank, and the second is about Bitcoin and why you should have a Coinbase account to get Bitcoin and save up money for emergency funds. But this is going to be a video more along the lines of long-term investing. So when you're investing in the stock market, most people do that as a to help supplement retirement income. Now, most people who are alive today and have worked in the United States have either a pension or retirement, which means that the company or government agency that they worked for 20 to 30 years is now paying them a monthly stipend for the rest of their life. Us millennials don't get that because pensions are basically non-existent, and less government jobs are available for millennials, especially ones that offer retirement. Furthermore, a millennial on average stays in a job for about 2 to 3 years, and they'll go job to job with no real investment opportunity for long-term retirement. Now, if you work a traditional 9 to 5, you also, generally speaking, have a thing called a 401k, which does help you with long-term retirement. And generally speaking, if you work for a company, they'll match your 401k contributions, you know, a dollar, maybe less, maybe more than that, as an incentive to stay with the company long term. So for an example of that is my last job I had, for every dollar I invested into the 401k program, the company matched it for $1. If I stayed there for 7 years, it would mature, meaning then that account would be mine. If I left the company before 7 years, which I did, then their contribution would not actually stay there and they'd buy out. But if you're a gig economy worker like I am now, you don't have a 401k because Uber doesn't offer you a 401k. I mean, God, Uber already loses 60 cents for every mile driven with a customer right now anyway. I mean, they're literally losing hundreds of millions of dollars every quarter. They can't afford to match you dollar for dollar in a 401k. Most gig economy workers don't. Independent contractors don't have a 401k a lot of times unless you're contracting with the government. So you don't have that the advantage to take care of the 401k or a pension. So that means you need to invest into the stock market if you're trying to get out of that week to week, month to month grind of bills, right? A lot of people live in the paycheck to paycheck. They don't know how to get out of it. Well, what you need to do is take a small amount of money over a long period of time and save it. And I know it sounds hard, but you can literally just put $10 a week away at first, right? Every time you get paid from Uber, take $10 and put it into a Robinhood account and build up your cash over time. One disadvantage to buying stocks versus buying mutual funds, which we'll talk about in part 4, is that you have to buy the whole stock. Meaning if you want to buy, say, Amazon or Google, which is right now around $1,000 to $1,200, you have to have $1,200 available to buy that stock. You can't buy a portion of a stock, which is why I think Bitcoin is better. You can buy a portion of a Bitcoin. You can buy 0.000001 of a Bitcoin if that's all the money you have. And again, I did a video on that. I'll link that to there. Go check out Coinbase as the app I use to buy Bitcoin, and invest in that if you'd like to. But what I use stock market stuff for is long term. And that's more of a traditional way. That's what we used to learn about in school with the stock market before the internet and the day trading and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things you can do in the stock market because it's gambling. You can bet on a company making money. You can bet on a company losing money. All these different things you can do in the stock market, but that's not what we're going to talk about. Robinhood is like investing 101. It's real basic for people like you and me who don't have millions of dollars. Like if I had $25 million, I could just go to the stock market and then basically with my eyes closed, pick $25 million worth of stocks that are US companies in the top 500. And then over a long period of time, those companies will make me money and I won't have to even think about it. I'm not kidding when I say that. Again, I'll put the chart up there. If you picked any of the top 500 companies and you could diversify and buy all of them, then you would just, your money just compounds. That's how rich people stay rich and poor people stay poor. But you're a gig economy worker like me, you don't have $25 million. Sometimes you don't even have $25 to invest. But that's what Robinhood lets you do. It doesn't charge you. Look at this. This is amazing. So if you went through a traditional broker, all transaction fees charge you per transaction. So you don't buy and sell a lot because every time you do, there's a transaction fee. Even online companies like that let you do buying and selling online through their brokerage still charge you a fee. That's why this app is called Robinhood, because it's free. It's a free purchase on the stock market, which is something until now is virtually unheard of, because Robinhood knows you're not going to be making $100,000 investments. Now, if you like the stock market and you end up doing real well with your investments, and down the line you want to do more day trading stuff, which is like, oh, Microsoft is down 10%. I'll buy 100 shares of Microsoft. And then tomorrow, when it goes up back to where it was before, I'll make 10% of my money and I'll sell my Microsoft stock. If that's the kind of stuff you want to do, Robinhood does offer, it's called the Gold Pass. It does offer that, and that's how Robinhood makes their money. So they want you to dibble dabble in the stocks right now, save up some money, learn about the stock market, and then going forward, then use their services. Just like any other online stock purchasing stuff, you pay them a monthly fee, and then you get unlimited stock trades. So that's how they make their money. But if you don't sign up for it, like I have not signed up for it, you can just buy stocks. And so one thing I've always wanted to do is I've always wanted to own one stock of Tesla, because it's my favorite company, one stock of Google, because I've loved Google from the time that it existed. Like, I actually am old enough to remember when Google started, and that was my favorite company at the time. One stock of Disney, and one stock of Amazon. That's been my life goal forever. And so thanks to Robinhood, I've finally been able to do that. I put a little bit of money into Robinhood every month. Eventually I save up the required amount of money to purchase one stock, and I do, okay? And so I'm offering that opportunity to you too, so you can do it. I just bought my Tesla stock. Now I'm saving up for Google, which is gonna be a while because Google's around $1,000, and it's gonna take me a long time, $25 a month to save $1,000, but that's what I'm gonna do. And that's my plan. I'm really excited about it. As I make more and more money, obviously I can invest more and more money in Robinhood. But when I make an investment, it's long term. So I'm not gonna sell Tesla. I'm gonna hold on to it, and over time, hopefully it makes money for me. I have some Starbucks stocks, so hopefully Starbucks continues to go up. I think it will. So anyway, I'm gonna stop this video. I don't want to babble too much about it. You guys know what the stock market is. If you've never ever tried, hey, you know what? Throw $500-600 onto Robinhood account. Do some small investing here and there and get a feel for it, okay? So you're not afraid of it. That's one of the great things about Robinhood is it's a little bit of risk, but there's a lot of potential there, and you can learn. Where before you had to have $5,000, go to a brokerage guy, and then invest that way, and then if you didn't know what you were doing, you lost a lot of money. It hurt, dog. It hurt to lose $5,000. But you can invest with as little as $500, and you can, I mean, well, honestly, if you want to buy penny stocks, you can invest in as little as like $25. But I suggest around $500, so you can buy like a Microsoft or a Facebook or whatever your company you want, and then maybe a couple of other things. Like, I buy a lot of solar companies. I really think green energy is going to be the wave of the future. But right now, green energy is really hurting because it's just not doing well. But I'm hoping if I buy a couple of different kinds of insurance, or excuse me, different kinds of stocks, that over a long period of time it'll pay off. But that's my personal strategy. You guys might laugh at me. Everyone has their own theories. But this isn't going to be, like, if you got 10 grand to go into the stock market, maybe Robinhood isn't for you. Maybe you want to do something else. But if you're like me, gig economy worker, working that 9 to 5 grind, you know, or actually really it's like 5 to 5 grind, right? Save a little bit of that money, put it in a Robinhood, save up some stocks long term. But most importantly, sign up, invest a little bit of money, and get that free stock. And if you do, let me know down below if you get that sweet, sweet Facebook stock at 180. That'd be sweet. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit subscribe. There'll be a circle icon in the middle of the screen for you to do that. Afterwards, hit the YouTube bell icon so you can get notifications when I upload anything to YouTube or go live. And if you want to watch 2 more videos, there should be 2 on the screen right down below. Lastly, if you enjoy this channel and you'd like to support it, consider becoming a patron. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you soon.